Willie D Live.
Maybe you can
I
produce.
believe in land.
Maybe you can produce a film called "Lay of the Land."
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll come up with some. Don't make me take the name. I love
on the
it.
title. We can work on the title.
Yeah, but you definitely have a screen-worthy saga. Your life is definitely a movie.
Yeah, I think we'll get there.
We will. I know you got many miles to go before you sleep, but still.
Yeah, exactly. Let's before we go too far, because I know we got to get into Rap a Lot. Your time at Rap a Lot, but
Yes, sir.
and some other things. But before we go too far, I want to go back to your humble beginnings in H-Town.
Yes, sir.
What is a young Tiffany like growing up in your household? And who is raising you and instilling these values and this work ethic in you?
Oh my goodness! So my mom is from Cold Springs, Texas. She had 11 brothers and sisters, and
I never knew that. My kids' mom's family is from Cold Springs.
what's their last name?
Eldridge.
Oh,
You
yeah, of
got to
course.
know Eldridge.
Oh, yeah,
they got a street.
We're related. Yeah, we do too. We're the Elmores.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course I know the Eldridges.
Good
yeah,
God.
of course. My
Ain't that
mom's one of
something?
her best friends is Eldridge. Yeah, for sure. That's where we're from. So we from good stock, right?
Yeah.
So my
absolutely.
B.C. Elmore is my great uncle. That was my grandfather's
Did
brother.
not know that. Damn.
Yeah. So my family, my great aunt owned the gas station in Fifth Ward. Miss Hill, Emma Hill, and
Which one?
It was right on Jensen, and was it Jensen and Cavalcade? So I was born. My mom and
More
dad.
like Jensen. It had to be Jensen and Collinsworth.
Collinsworth. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Jensen and Collinsworth. So my mom and dad. I was born in Collinsworth Apartments. We eventually moved to Scenic Woods Plaza.
I used to live in Collinsworth.
I'm
Apartments.
sure.
Didn't know.
I
We
didn't know
lived in the annex part.
Well,
What side y'all lived on?
I was there till I was 3, so I don't remember. I have to
Okay.
ask my mom, but that's where we were.
So the annex is the smaller group of apartments, and then across the street is the larger complex.
I think we
But it's
probably
all
lived-
Collinsworth
Yeah, we
apartments.
lived in probably the big ones because I remember seeing stairs on my baby pictures and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
George Foreman used to preach on that corner. It's a gas station right there on the corner right now, on the corner of Collinsworth and 59 Southwest Freeway. But George Foreman used to preach on that corner, and it would be like 20, 30 seats out there, and it'd be like one person
Of course.
sitting on that front row, and George Foreman would be preaching, and I would look out my window, and I could see him, and I just was like, I pitied him so much.
Dude, what are you doing?
I was like, man, how did this guy go from being the champion of the world, the heavyweight champion of the world, to preaching on a corner with one person, sitting in the audience, and it was like a few years later, he mounted a comeback. In fact, before that, around that same time, I started boxing at his gym in Fifth Ward. His brother Roy was managing the gym, and so I was fighting out of his gym. But man, within a few years, he was on that comeback trail, and next thing you know, he was heavyweight champion of the world again. He had those grills out, $100 million business, and it just proved to me it ain't over till you say it's over.
It is not.
It ain't over.
It is not, and it's so crazy that you would mention George Foreman. That's secretly, that's my guy, because George Foreman's family, the Foremans, lived around the corner from me on Yorkwood. When we moved to Scenic Woods Plaza, so did his family. And they were the only black people that I ever know besides my husband and I that ever owned a convenience store. They had a convenience store right on the corner of Little York, and I think that street might be, I know Yorkwood is right there. But they had a Foreman's convenience store. That's what the first time I ever played Pac-Man and Tetris and all that was in George Foreman's store. So years later, after I had seen him do it, I was like, why don't we have convenience stores? And my husband and I ran one for 14 years in Studewood.
Right.
And he was a big inspiration in our neighborhood because it was a big family of them. And any given day of the week, you could go in the store and see all his brothers, him, or anybody in a black neighborhood in the what? 80s, 70s, and 80s? Yeah, they had a
Yeah.
store
Yeah.
in my neighborhood. I
So,
started with him.